From Hargeisa, Somaliland, this is CBA. Hello and welcome to the news in brief with me, Abdillahi Hassan. As the global death toll of coronavirus is mounting, Somaliland's government announced that it is yet to record a suspected case of the virus infection. The Ministry of Health today announced that screening efforts put in place since the outbreak did not record any coronavirus cases in the country. A spokesperson for the ministry said the government has deployed medical teams to all major entry points of the country. Fortunately, they are yet to encounter any suspicious cases. Health experts around the world are confounded by the rare coronavirus infection in Africa despite close trade relations with China, the epicenter of the global outbreak. However, recently Somaliland's officials are more concerned with its closest trade partners such as Oman and the United Arab Emirates. 25 confirmed cases have been found in the two Gulf countries with the most trade relations with Somaliland. Meanwhile, Somaliland's government has issued a public health message urging the people to take precautions against the deadly virus outbreak. These include regular hand wash and staying away from public places for people who experience fever or cough. The former Galmudug President Ahmed Duala Haf and his successor Ahmed Kariya Qorqora have struck a deal to work together following a hard-fought election. This the Deputy President Ali Dahir Eid has confirmed. Vice President Eid said in a media interview on Sunday the two leaders have been engaging in talks to end the stalemate in the central Somali state and forge a working relationship. Haf and his faction have relocated to Gaalkacayo ahead of the last presidential election in Galmudug state. Sunnah faction then declared it had elected its political leader Sheikh Shakir as president, but a federal government packet process culminated in the election of Ahmed Abdi Kariya Qorqor, who was a former minister in the federal cabinet. Dahir also said the state government had reached an agreement with Sunnah wal Jama'ah to hand over their forces to the government. Meanwhile, President Qorqor and Sunnah's political leader Sheikh Shakir has in this morning held a meeting at Galmudug Presidential Palace following Saturday's announcement by the Sufi group to end hostilities with the state government. The talks were also attended by General Warka, an SNA commander in Galmudug, who was formerly the head of Sunnah militia, and Abdillahi Hassan, an Sunnah wal Jama'ah official. Former Al-Shabaab fighter was sentenced to life imprisonment after he was found guilty of being an Al-Shabaab. Prosecutors at a military court in Mogadishu said Abdirahman Umar Abdi, fighting with Al-Shabaab, has confessed that he was fighting alongside Al-Shabaab militants. A statement by the court said Abdirahman Umar Abdi, who was injured during Somali National Army and Al-Shabaab fighting, was captured on 24 September 2019. He was treated well and was handed over to the court. According to the court, during the medication, one of Abdirahman's legs, which sustained serious injuries, was amputated. Following several hearings of his case, the court reached the verdict on Sunday. Hassan Ali Nur Shute, the chairperson of the first degree court, said the court sentences Abdirahman to a life imprisonment. Shute stated that Abdirahman could seek appeal if he was not satisfied with the verdict. Somalia's government has previously prosecuted dozens of Al-Shabaab militants and sentenced them to either death or long-term imprisonment. The United States says Ethiopia must, in the shortest possible time, sign a deal with Egypt and Sudan. Stephen Mnuchin, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, said the final testing and filling of the dam should not take place without an agreement. In response, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Water and Irrigation and Energy of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia responded, noting with the disappointment the statement issued by the United States Department of Treasury on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam released on Friday following a meeting held without Ethiopia's participation. Ethiopia said it had notified Egypt, Sudan and the United States that it needed more time to deliberate on the process. Ethiopia says in the statement, with the full knowledge and agreement of Egypt and Sudan, it has addressed all dam safety-related issues during the international panel of experts process. Ethiopia added that it is committed to continue this engagement with Egypt and Sudan to address the outstanding issues and finalize the guidelines and rules on the first filling and annual operation of the dam. Ethiopians have reacted angrily on social media, calling on Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to resist the United States' pressure. Earlier this week, Ethiopia failed to attend what was meant to be the final signing of an accord. Egypt and Sudan fear that the $4 billion dam will deprive their populations of water. Greece said on Sunday it has blocked nearly 10,000 migrants at its border with Turkey as tensions mount over its deepening conflict in Syria. Migrant numbers swelled along the rugged frontier after Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said it opened the doors to Europe in a bid to pressure the EU governments over the conflict. Some 13,000 migrants have amassed at the Turkey-Greece border, including families with young children who spent the night in the cold, the International Organization for Migration said. According to reports, an estimated additional 2,000 migrants arrived at the Basar-Kuli border gate on Sunday, including Afghans, Somalis, Syrians and Iraqis. But as the crowds rushed to enter Europe, Greek police and soldiers blocked 9,972 illegal entrances from entering the northeastern Evros region in the past 24 hours, a Greek government source said. Greece's deputy defense minister said the country would not stand down. Migrants pressed on with efforts to enter Greece. Some attempted to swim across rivers or duck under fences, while others dragged suitcases as they marched towards the border, where large crowds of migrants waited, some on death mountains. Clashes erupted on Saturday on the Greece-Turkey border, with the police firing tear gases at refugees who responded by lobbing rockets. Greek authorities said at least 139 migrants have been arrested since Friday. Thank you for joining us. That was our news in brief. Stay tuned for our full and more detailed news coverage coming to you later tonight.